Hey guys, welcome back to Coffee and EdTech Break. We're in the middle of June, unbelievably, and we're on episode 8 already. That's incredible. Today what we're going to look at is how myViewboard can be used to support EAL and SEN pupils. Now I know to some of you that might not mean a great deal, but what they abbreviate is Special Educational Needs and English as Additional Language. So essentially pupils who have that special educational need, or pupils who have English as their second language and therefore struggle to be included in the lesson in the same fashion that other pupils might be who are English first language speakers. What we're going to do today then is we're going to have a quick look at how myViewboard can be used to support both the teacher and these pupils specifically as well. So grab your coffee, take yourself your quick break and enjoy. So as we can see here, SEN is basically the legal term that defines the needs of a child who has a difficulty or a disability that essentially makes learning difficult for them, or at least more difficult than other pupils of the same age. Often these provisions have to be made so that pupils can be supported. That can often be by the teachers, assistants, but sometimes even by SEN coordinators. So some schools even have coordinators directly for that purpose. Around 1 in 5 children in the UK has a special educational need at some point in their school life, and some will have SEN for the duration of their time at school. So this doesn't necessarily have to always be a learning disability. This could be a visual impairment, an audio impairment, or something of the sort that is preventing them from learning at the same rate as other pupils. Let's have a look at some of the great tools that myViewboard can support these pupils with. Okay. Firstly, let's have a look at how wireless screen sharing can help pupils with an SEN need. What we're going to look at first is wireless screen sharing. So our fantastic development team in Taipei, over 70 people, have patched this into the software to ensure that pupils are always included in the lesson. In this particular scenario, what we'll be able to show is how we can beam the teacher's board directly to a student's device. So that could be an iPad, a tablet, a Chromebook, any other normal sort of Windows laptop. What it requires is for that person to have a Wi-Fi connection. That is it. So if we look in the top here where we've got wireless presentation and video conferencing from the teacher's end, if we click on that, what you can see here at the moment is nothing. But from the pupil's end, they can go to myviewboard.com, either signed in or as a guest. And at the top, you'll see that there are these two options: send your screen to a viewboard or receive a viewboard on your screen. So what we're going to do on this occasion is we're going to receive the teacher's screen. So I'll just put this to the side so that you can see half. Of course, my name's Louis, so I'm doing it to myself, so we may hear a little bit of feedback on this. But once I've submitted this request, what it will do is it will come through to the teacher. As you can see, now I've had a request here. So it's in red, so it's suggesting at the moment I'm not allowing this request to go through. But as soon as I click it, I'm allowing this person to receive my screen. So as you can see on the other end, from the pupil, they are receiving the screen that I am presenting, and everything that I do on the screen will appear for that pupil in real time. So we've just had a look at wireless screen sharing to help pupils with a visual impairment. What we'll look at now is how we can use subtitles for the teacher to help pupils with an audio impairment. So what we have built into the software is a live captioning feature. So if we go to this bottom right corner on our navigation bar, we've actually got the option to turn on live captioning. At the moment, it's only in different variants of English, but we are working to ensure that is the same for other languages as well. Once we turn on the live caption, what that will do is it will subtitle what the teacher is saying. Should we give it a quick go? Okay, class. Together, let's work out whether these fractions are the same or different. Look at the colours and look at how much is coloured in of each shape, and can you work out whether they are the same or different from that? So as you can see, it's even actually captured the punctuation. So let me just turn them off. So for the intonation of my voice there, it actually knew I was asking a question. So again, for pupils who have an audio impairment, for example, it must be really useful to be able to have the correct terms subtitled and of course the correct punctuation in there as well. So a really nice intuitive feature that can help support teachers and pupils alike. Lastly, let's have a look at how the immersive reader that we've built into myViewboard can support EAL and SEN pupils. First and foremost, it allows the ability to show comprehension and also grammar, and at the same time also provides translations for EAL students so that they can also be included in these lessons as well. What we need to do is find a body of text. So as you can see here, we've got a summary of the book 1984. Once we select it and our drop down menu appears, we simply go to this option, the immersive reader. This can also be done from within the browser just simply by highlighting text and right clicking to go to the immersive reader. Once we're in the immersive reader, what this will do is it will actually read the text for us if we so wish. What we can also do now is, I'm just going to move myself so that you guys can see it, is we have several options along the top. So firstly, we can mess around with the text, sizing, colours, all that kind of thing if we like. We then have some grammar options. So with the grammar options, what we can do is we can differentiate nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. I don't think we've got any adverbs on there. What this also allows us to do is separate the words into syllables, and also allows us to click on a word to get the comprehension of it. So for example, if we click on world, we get a little icon of the planet just to show pupils what that word is referring to. Also, if we go along the top to reading preferences for EAL learners, we can actually choose to translate the document as well. So for example, if we have our pupil who is a French speaker, we can translate the entire document into French, and what that will enable us to do is minimize that, copy and paste the parts that we need, and simply drag and drop that onto our canvas. So at this point, what we've done is we've used the immersive reader to enable us to translate the parts of the document that the EAL learner was finding difficult to access. So at this point now we have it in English, and we've also got it in the native language of your EAL student so that it's a little bit more accessible. Thanks again, guys, for joining us for another episode of Coffee and EdTech Break. We'll be back same time next week as always. It'll be Tuesday the 23rd of June at 2 PM UK time. Next week we'll have some fantastic guests and look forward to seeing you then. So keep well, keep safe, and see you next week.